Welcome back. Hong Kong police and their Shenzhen counterparts have cracked a cross-border gambling syndicate. Authorities say more will be done to fight illicit gambling rings as the upcoming 2016 FIFA Games draw near. Winna Wong tells us more.
Cash and jewelry seized in Operation Power Gun. According to the police, they managed to seize $22.7 million worth of betting records, as well as cash totaling 3.5 million Hong Kong dollars and 90,000 yuan. In Hong Kong, over 50 locations in Shengshui, Yunlong, and Mong Kok were raided by officers. 28 people were arrested for illegal bookmaking, including 24 men and 4 women, aged between 30 and 60. 8 of them were also suspected of money laundering. Meanwhile, police in Shenzhen arrested 4 people. 3 of them are Hong Kong citizens, and it's believed among them is the mastermind of the syndicate. Police say the gambling ring mainly accepted bets through the internet or mobile phones. Actual money transactions, however, were mainly in cash and tended to take place on the mainland. Authorities say they maintain close cooperation with nearby Southeast Asian countries, and more action will be taken as the Football World Cup draws near.
The Hong Kong police force will enhance the enforcement action against bookmaking in order to suppress such illegal activities which may arise from the upcoming famous soccer games.
What's the difference from the previous ones? Actually, more or less the same, because in year 2014, during the World Cup, we have similar operations with China.
Police also believe 10 people from the ring are still on the run. Winna Wong, TVB News.
A member of the Foreign Ministry Commissioner's Office in the SAR has warned against advocacy for Hong Kong independence. But the newly formed student political group Demo Sisto is not ruling out independence as an option for the city after 2047. Rachel Lung has more.
Deputy Commissioner Hu Jianzhong waded in on the issue of Hong Kong independence while he was giving a speech at an event today. He insisted that discussions on the topic will bring Hong Kong to a dead end, and freedom of speech can be restricted in accordance with the law. But LegCo President Zheng Yuxing said currently there are no laws that prohibit people from such discussions. He said if Hong Kong were to have such laws, it would have to do it through the legislative process. But Michael Tin warned against any attempts to push for independence. He said discussing the idea will speed up the introduction of national security laws.
Anybody who wants to promote that kind of a discussion, that person has to think about eventually what is it that he or she wants to achieve. But if it becomes a serious concern, then you're going to put pressure on the government to reintroduce Article 23.
Not everyone agrees. The newly formed political group Demo Sisto said in order for Hong Kong people to decide their own fates beyond 2047, independence cannot be ruled out. Speaking to TVB News, the group's chairman Nathan Law said they plan to hold a referendum on the city's future in 10 years' time, and citizens should be able to consider an independent Hong Kong as one of the options.
I think it really depends on Hong Kong people's opinion, because you could see that actually there is a growing trend of people considering Hong Kong's independence. When the time comes and majority of Hong Kong people think that we should change the system in order to protect Hong Kong's unique social system and unique value, then that might be one of the options.
But he said the referendum will not take place anytime soon. Right now, the group's plan for the next couple of years is to have Hong Kong people talk about what they think is ideal for the city. At the same time, the group plans to have 3 of its members to run in the upcoming LegCo elections. Law hopes that having a seat in LegCo will help fulfill the group's pledge to push for self-determination. Rachel Lang, TVB News.
The Hong Kong Alliance, in support of the patriotic democratic movements in China, organized a 27-kilometer run to mark the upcoming 27th anniversary of the 1989 Tiananmen Square crackdown. Around 20 runners took off from City University this morning. The finish line was at the central government's liaison office in Sheungwan. Some participants held umbrellas during the run to express their determination in the fight for democracy. Others laid flowers outside the building in memory of those who died in the crackdown.
A petrol bomb attack has left a policeman dead and 2 others injured in the Gulf Kingdom of Bahrain. The attack took place Saturday in a neighborhood outside the capital city, Manama. Attackers threw Molotov cocktails at a police patrol. Officials say an investigation into the incident is underway, but did not elaborate on who was responsible for what they call a terrorist act. Bahrain is home to the U.S. Fifth Fleet. The kingdom has seen a number of mass protests since 2011. The majority of Shiite Muslims in the country demand more rights and a bigger role in the Sunni-led government. In a crackdown on dissent, authorities have arrested opposition leaders and revoked the citizenship of more than 300 people.
Next, pictures of a man's narrow escape from harm on a windy day in the Georgian capital of Tbilisi. The man just got out of his car when a tree uprooted by strong winds fell onto his vehicle Saturday. Several other cars and houses were also damaged by fallen trees, but no casualties were reported. Rescue workers remained on alert for more wind-related incidents as the downed trees and debris were removed from the streets.
An experimental habitat for humans in space has been successfully attached to the International Space Station. The inflatable module was sent to the space station a week ago aboard a SpaceX cargo ship. Yesterday, a NASA ground control team used a robot arm to unpack the module and install it onto the orbiting station. This paves the way for a test of the prototype habitat for astronauts, scientists, and even tourists. The Bigelow Expandable Activity Module, or BEAM, is due to be inflated with air in late May. This will be followed by 2 years of experiments to see how it holds up in the harsh environment of space. Made of impact-resistant materials, lightweight habitats of this kind could save millions of dollars in launch costs compared with metal modules. NASA officials say they may also offer better radiation protection for astronauts. All right, Chris, what do you have for us?
I got some basketball to get us started anyway. NBA playoffs and opening game wins for Golden State, Indiana, Atlanta, and Oklahoma City. The Thunder routed the Dallas Mavericks 108-70. Jamison Wong with highlights.
Okay.